Welcome to my channel, Old Stoic AFA. If you ever found yourself in a conversation with a married woman and something just felt off, no tea appropriate, not obvious, but something about the way she looked at you, the way she leaned in when you spoke, the questions she asked the ones battling her just a little longer than casual show. You told yourself it's nothing, she's just being friendly, but deep down something didn't sit right. Let me tell you a hard truth. Most men didn't talk about, and even fewer truly understand. Married women can feel attraction. They can crave attention. They can feel emotionally disconnected from their husbands. And suddenly you show up unnawed because you tried not bus yo flirted. Not because you'd want a cruse of wine, but because without knowing that you brought something. Her life had been starving for present strength, signs of attraction, div and quiet masculine power. And while she might never say it out loud, she'll show you, but not in the ways y'all think. It's not about blatant seduction. It's not about romantic words. It's about subtle, nearly invisible signals thieving does when she thinks you're in it paying attention. The way she watches you and you speak to other women. The way your energy shifts when it's just that few. Most men ignore these signs. Some get blindsided by them, and a few with re-emotionally intelligent. If you notice a theme early and respond not with impulsive bait, with stoic awareness, brutal truth. If a married woman is showing thieves or specific signs, doesn't mean she's evil or unfaithful or even disloyal. It means she's human, something inside her started to wake up around you. But before you jump to conclusions or act one emotion, you need to know the difference between innocent connection and quiet burning attraction base. One of them will pass and they will pull you into emotional quick. You may never escape. So pay close attention. My friend B, cause besides I'm about to reveal her and just settle there, psychological bevia and deeply instinctual let's begin attraction isn't always loud. It goes into ways, shout. It doesn't come with flashing lights, obvious words, or romantic gestures you'd find in a movie sometimes. Traction is a whisper, a glance, a pause, a seemingly harmless man that holds the weight off something deeper, something unspoken, something forbidden. And when that attraction is coming from a woman who's already married, everything changes. Now, before we go further, this isn't a judgment. This isn't about moral lineage or condemning's choices. This is about awareness. Because if you're Memorious Masalan presence, who lives with quiet confidence, who listens with intensive Nesbies with clarity, then you've likely had this happen to yell whether you knew it or not. You've been around a married woman who lingered. Shell looked at you a little too long, laughed little too loudly, found ways to talk dough. She didn't really have a raison, and you told yourself, no, that can't bait. She's married. It's all in my head. But your gut said otherwise, and the art guide is really wrong. The truth is the truth. Many married women, especially adri or mental disconnect, still searching not necessarily for a new man, but for a feeling that sparks that man of buying, seeing again, heard again, desired again. They're not always looking to cheat. In fact, most aren't. But what they are doing, just responding to masculine energy that feels alive and maybe even a little dangerous because it reminds them of something they lost or something they never had to. Begin with so, when you few groundedstoicman.com present emotionally intelligent walk-on toe. Fair, you don't need to flirt, you didn't need to say much, your presence alone changes. Temperature and her nervous system meant while she made no tact on their body. Hair expressions, her words, and my girl behaviors may say things she'll never admit that's what. This video is about not fantasy, not seduction, disrespect. Be awareness bows buying. A high-value man isn't just about attracting women. It's about treating situations with wisdom and knowing when something's no longer innocent. So, if you've ever felt that invisible attention with a married woman, if you've ever seconded yourself, if you've ever wondered, did she just flirt with me but didn't know what toe fit, then this message is for you today. We're revealing the 4 subtle signs a married woman may bestly attracted to you. Signs most men overlook, but high value may notice immediately. And by the sign send off this video, you won't just know what to look for, you'll know what to dope Buddha. Let's dive in. Sign number 1. She mirrors you without realizing. It's one of the most overlooked yet. Telling things of hidden attraction, ism, conscious mirroring. Let me explain. You're in a casual setting maybe. Work, a cafe, a group gathering, and you start to notice that every time you adjust your posture, sheetly dosed same. Yo, cross your arms moments later, she knows too. You lean in slightly. She mirrors that movement. This isn't coincidence. It's not mimicry. It's operal behavioral response rooted deep in our psychology. Psychologists call it a chameleon effect. What women trulo when we're subconscious literary tabled rapport or feel close to someone? But here's where it gets interesting. Married women who very emotionally commit don't typically doofus with her men unless there's an internal conflict, an unacknowledged spark. They're trained to suppress or endorse stand when a married woman starts mirroring your body language, tone, energy, even your choice of words. Let's note about manipulation. It's a silent confession. Her subconscious is reaching out. The queer's presence. Because part of fair wants to feel closer even if she knows Shisholden. High-value man jump to conclusions. He notices, reflects, and respects the situation, but doesn't ignore it. Mirroring is the beginning of emotional intuition, and that awareness is power sin number. Swashers, personal emotionally intimate dales. With you, this is where the lag gets blurry. What a woman who is married begins to open up to you in a way that feels deeper than it should. That's not just trust. That's emotional vulnerability, and it's rarely random. She starts telling you about her childhood dreams, her struggles, her fires, maybe even things about her husband. Complaints masked as jokes, frustrations, disguised as peniments. She doesn't just talk to you emotional. A fish confides in you. Why? Because emotional affairs often begin before physical ones do. If she starts turning to you for emotional comfort or validation, especially as she says things like, I can talk to you about things I can't even tell my husband, that's not neutral. That's boundary being tested, whether she realizes it or not. She's shifting her emotional loyalty. Here's what you need to know. As a man grounded in stoic discipline, you are not obligated to carry emotional burdens she won't bring to her own relationship. You can listen, will show respectful, but you must not mistake emotional intimacy for mere friendship. If she's crossing that line, even slowly, it's because she feels something more effing just casual affection. High-value men didn't exploit a moment, but they're wise enough not to deny what it means. Sin number 3, her body language is inconsistent, but intentional. Now, for Somion's tricky one, a married woman is attracted to Zamian. She shouldn't buy. Her body betrays her before her words. Save her will, you'll see contradiction. One day she might act distant, cool, almost gold, like she's guarding herself. The next day, she's warm, smiling too long, brushing your arm, accident living little too loudly at your joke. This isn't confusion. This is in and out conflict leaking out through physical signals. Strangento maintain boundaries and test them at summit. Watch for these subtle gestures. Strike contact that holds too long and then suddenly breaks as if she realized she went too far. Nervous fidgeting when yell walk and subtle adjustments to her clothes. Or posture. One, you're near glancing at you when thinks you're at looking in, quickly looking away. When caught, attraction under tension often creates erratic body language. Not because she's unsure of you, but because she's unsure of herself. The more sheets, the more shaver corrects. The more you know some mething gunspoken is unfolding beneath surface. A stoic man notices with a treating emotional leermans, grounded, observant. An immovable dot, he sees what most men miss and control shit weaker men would chase. Sign number 4. She decides your emotional availability, admitting. This is perhaps the most subtle but must-traveling of all signs. When a married woman is silently attracted to you, she won't come out and confess it. She may not even fully admit it to herself. Booch tests your interior spy. Test your interiorist. Dropping little hooks, little invitations for you to show your cards. She might say, "You might be a heartbreaker, aren't you? I bet girls thumbs-olds at you all that time." I wish me husband noticed things like that. Now listen carefully. This random comments. They're pro best here. Soft deniable test to see how yours spend. If you flirt back, youk know it's safe to open the door wider. If you stay emotionally steady and affirm her turn energy, she'll likely retreat. No doubt of shame. But because she'll boundary you silently established, why does she do this? Cause attraction. Oxygened these little statements, teasing, sarcastic, flattering, or playful airway of feeding that spark without lighting a fire. This is where you're inner, masculine. Control matters more than ever because whether your spend or stay composite action will define the trajectory off connection. Remember, you don't need to pursue what to already attract that stoic power. Now that we've peeled back layers, let's be brutally honest. Note, every smile is just politeness. Note every compliment is harmless and note every connection is innocent. So, timeless the lines blur. Sometimes a married woman does feel an unexpected pull toward another man. Santy man is you didn't chase it. You didn't provoke it. But there it is staring at you. In the way she looks, hiding in the way she talks, slipping through every accidentaltiker lingering gaze. So what do you do, anus? You observe? You see through noise. Because the difference between a low-value man and a man of stoic strength is simple. The weak man reacts to attention like a thirsty child in Nadi's earth. High-value man recognize power of restraint. He understands chat. Just because someone is drawn to doesn't mean he has to accept it. He doesn't confuse attention for affection or attraction for alignment. He doesn't miss validation for value. You've now seen the four most subtle yet powerful sins of hidden attraction from a married woman. Mirroring without awareness, emotional intimacy, the own friendship, body language. That reveals more than words ever could. Testing your emotional availability through small flirty jabs. But knowing themes isn't just about decoding attraction. It's about understanding yours. Will you plead into her emotional confusion? Or will you stand tall and shaken as a man will knows? That true power comes not from taking every opportunity, but from choosing which ones stare beneath. Yeah, because the great sproof of miscue is the ability to walk away from what most men would chase. Have you ever been in a situation like this? You've ever felt that question between yourself and a woman? How isn't fully available? Want you to oppone word and comments aware? No dashamed, not reactive, not proud, just aware. Because that's the path of the stoic observation with judgment. Control without coldness, depth without drama. If this video gave you clarity, if it helped you recognize your power, your value, and your boundaries, then it's time to go deeper. Subscribe right now and tap the bell icon because What's Due isn't just about dating. It's about developing gun masculine strength and a world thought tries to shake you at far return. And if you're ready to master the inner game, not just with women, but in life, then stick around Beckos. Every video, every lesson, and the very truth we share here is a step toward becoming the man you were meant to be. Attraction is not wrong, Snopeville, but it is dangerous, and you don't respect the fire you're replaying with. There will be moments in your life when temptation wears a pretty smile and a wedding ring. But that meant right there is where you define our legacy. Will you be just another guy hopeful for the thrill, or the man never forget? 'Cause you are the one who didn't full be? That man. Not for her note, Evan, for your pride, but for Thocode you live because real. Strength found in how many women want you. It's found in how few can move you and that. The off to truly powerful man. Thank you. If you like this video, please like, share the video, and subscribe to our channel, Old Stoic. And also press double icon button so that our next video will reach you easily. Thank you very